I have a fond feeling about the state of Georgia. There is a tremendous need in the state. This is one part of the need, the Buchanan Church. Somebody says, well, you have bigger churches nearby. Why don't we just close the doors and move to Bremen or Carrollton or Villa Rica? That is a proposition some entertain. Even in the denominational world, they debate these kinds of issues. The mega churches versus the smaller community churches. And I think we discussed this several times in the past, but I'll just remind us that as I have studied missiology, as they say, or evangelistic work, especially even stateside, I've come to realize that the point of view that's based on a lot of hard data that would say community churches, the corner store church or the church on every corner approach has more to commend it than the mega church idea. In other words, the mega church should be have one big church. Let's just say we all pack up and go to Carrollton and we have 1,000 members or whatever from the whole West Georgia area. Everybody driving great distances. Why? Well, because there's a lot going on in a big church. You've got all kinds of programs for the young people, special programs for other age groups and gender programs. I mean, it's just the programs are almost innumerable because of the number of people who can help carry them out in the big churches. So there's an advantage there. I see that, understand that, and I see what the appeal is to that. The downside would be this: it is a ways to travel for some. So you'd have to make an extra effort to get there and spend more time commuting to the church. That's not an insurmountable obstacle. But another issue is this: it's the lack of presence of the Church of Christ in the given community where you live when you drive off great distances. If we all drove over to Lithia Springs, for example, and helped support that work there, I'm sure we ourselves and our families would be edified and would be uplifted in the work over there. But the question is, what about back home, our friends and neighbors? Oh, we could invite them to go with us, and sometimes they might travel all the way to Lithia Spring, 30 miles or so, or even down to Carroll, which is closer. They might do that. Then again, they might not be as prone to do it. However, if we're here close by, it's the phenomenon. Brother Leroy used to often bring this up, and it was a good analogy of the dollar store approach. Rather than having the big, huge box stores like a Walmart in one given big town where everybody drives to for several miles, there's a dollar store just about on every corner. Everywhere you go, there's a dollar store. And they're making a profit. They find that to be a way to survive and make a profit because it's a local presence. And again, returning back to studies that I've read over the years and surveyed, even for stateside work, and especially for stateside work, the churches that are closest to the community are the ones who better can reach the community. Now, that's all said to say this. This is Buchanan. Yes, it's smaller than Bremen. It's smaller than Carrollton. Carrollton has, 26,000 people? So we're a small community. It is the county seat, however. That might say something. It does to me. It means something. It would seem that when you're trying to strategically plant churches throughout a state, that you would be interested in the county seats having a presence of the brethren there. So that's why this really matters for that reason. So again, I say that to say I'm thankful for every one of you being here, each and every one of you. Your presence in a smaller group is really more important in a way than in a larger group, because by being here, it's just you contribute that much more. You just multiply the efforts that are so much needed in a little work like this.